The Senate will come to order. The Secretary will call the roll.
Senator Buck. Here. Senator Cannizzaro. Here. Senator Cruz Crawford. Here. Senator Daly. Here. Senator Dignate. Here. Senator Dondera-Loop. Here. Senator Ellison. Senator Flores. Senator Hansen. Here. Senator Krasner. Here. Senator Lang. Senator Neal. Senator Wynn. Here. Senator Orenshaw. Here. Senator Pizzina. Senator Rogish. Here. Senator Scheibel. Here. Senator Steinbeck. Here. Senator Stone. Here. Senator Taylor. Present. Senator Titus. Here.
Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please mark Senator Neal absent excused.
Thank you. Let the record reflect there are 20 senators present. Please rise for the prayer by Reverend Jedediah Mashke of the Bethlehem Lutheran Church here in Carson City, Nevada, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in prayer. O God, your greatest desire is for sinners to turn from their wickedness and live. On this Ash Wednesday, we ask of you, have compassion on the frailty of our mortal nature, for we are dust, and to dust we shall return. You have promised that you despise nothing you have made, and forgive the sins of all who are penitent. We confess that we are by nature sinful and unclean. We have sinned in thought, word, and deed, by what we have done, and by what we have left undone. Therefore, create in us new and contrite hearts, ready and willing to acknowledge the ways we fall short of your glory, and to receive the forgiveness you have won for us on the cross. Direct and guide our thoughts, words, conversations, deliberations, and decisions, that all the work done in and by this Senate may be for your glory and for the good of the people of our beloved state. Through Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the Holy Spirit, one God, now and forever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order of Business 3, reading and approval of the journal. By previous order of the Senate, the reading of the journal is dispensed with, and the President and Secretary are authorized to make the necessary corrections and additions. Order of Business 8, waivers and exemptions.
Notice of exemption, March 4th, 2025. The Fiscal Analysis Division, pursuant to Joint Standing Rule 14.6, has determined the eligibility for exemption of Senate Bill Number 115, signed Wayne Thorley, Fiscal Analysis Division. End of notices.
Order of Business 9, motions, resolutions, and notices.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 3, introduced by Senators Pizzina, Dignate, Wynn, and Taylor, directs the Joint Interim Standing Committee on the Judiciary to conduct an interim study concerning human trafficking. End of resolution.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate Concurrent Resolution 3 be referred to the Committee on Judiciary.
Senator Pizzina has referred SCR 3 to the Judiciary Committee. Are there any objections? Seeing none, so ordered. Senator
Pizzina has approved the addition of Senators Cruz Crawford, Daly, Dignate, Flores, Wynn, Orenshaw, Scheibel, and Taylor as sponsors on Senate Bill 114. That concludes Order of Business 9.
Order of Business 10, introduction, first reading, and reference.
Senate Bill 276, introduced by Senators Hansen, etc., revises provisions relating to water. End of bill.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we refer Senate Bill 276 to your Committee on Natural Resources.
Senator Hansen has referred SB 276 to the Natural Resources Division Committee. Are there any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 277, introduced by Senators Cruz Crawford and Dignate, and Assembly Members Jackson, Anderson, and De Silva, revises provisions relating to education. End of bill.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to move Senate Bill 277 to the Committee on Education.
Senator Cruz Crawford has referred SB 277 to the Education Committee. Are there any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 278, introduced by Senators Cruz Crawford, etc., revises provisions relating to education. End of bill.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's try this again. I move to refer Senate Bill
278 to the Committee of Education.
Senator Cruz Crawford has referred SB 278 to the Education Committee. Are there any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 279, introduced by Senators Pizzina, et cetera, revises provisions relating to law enforcement. End of bill.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate Bill 279 be referred to the Committee on Government Affairs.
Senator Pizzina has referred SB 279 to the Government Affairs Committee. Are there any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 280, introduced by Senators Wynn, et cetera, makes an appropriation to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas School of Dental Medicine for cleft and craniofacial health care. End of bill.
Senator Wynn.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 280 to your hardest working committee, or our hardest working committee of finance.
Senator Wynn has referred SB 280 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 281, introduced by Senator Wynn, revises provisions relating to foster care. End of bill.
Senator Wynn.
I move to refer Senate Bill 281 to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
Senator Wynn has referred SB 281 to the Health and Human Services Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 282, introduced by Senators Canizaro, et cetera, revises provisions relating to food security. End of bill.
Senator Canizaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 282 to the Committee on Government Affairs.
Senator Canizaro has referred SB 282 to the Government Affairs Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 283, introduced by Senators Canizaro, et cetera, makes appropriations to Clark County and the cities of Reno and Sparks for programs for rental assistance to certain persons. End of bill.
Senator Canizaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 283 to the Committee on Finance.
Senator Canizaro has referred SB 283 to the Finance Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 284, introduced by Senators Canizaro, et cetera, revises provisions relating to child welfare. End of bill.
Senator Canizaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 284 to the Committee on Health and Human Services.
Senator Canizaro has referred SB 284 to the Health and Human Services Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 285, introduced by Senator Daley, revises provisions relating to apprenticeships. End of bill.
Senator Daley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 285 to Commerce and Labor.
Senator Daley has referred SB 285 to the Commerce and Labor Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 286, introduced by the Committee on Natural Resources, establishes provisions relating to tribal communication, cooperation, and consultation when engaged in certain planning processes. End of bill.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 286 to the Committee of Natural Resources.
Senator Cruz Crawford has referred SB 286 to the Natural Resources Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 287, introduced by the Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor, revises provisions relating to public works. End of bill.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we refer Senate Bill 287 to the Committee on Government Affairs.
Senator Pizzina has referred SB 287 to the Government Affairs Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 288, introduced by Senate Committee on Commerce and Labor, establishes certain requirements relating to areas in which the risk of fire is high. End of bill.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate Bill 288 be referred to the Committee on Government Affairs.
Senator Pizzina has referred SB 288 to the Government Affairs Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
Senate Bill 289, introduced by the Senate Committee on Government Affairs, revises provisions relating to local governments. End of bill.
Senator Flores.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer Senate Bill 289 to the Committee on Government Affairs.
Senator Flores has referred SB 289 to the Government Affairs Committee. Any objections? Seeing none, so ordered.
That concludes Order of Business 10 and the business of the desk for this legislative day.
Thank you. Order of Business 16, remarks from the floor, introduction of guests. Senator Canizaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am very pleased to have with us today all of our Nevada youth legislators who are each seated with their respective legislators on the floor, those of them who are here to join us today. And so I want to talk just a little bit about the Nevada Youth Legislature program, and then we have if everyone will bear with us, a special ceremony. You'll notice that many of you have the cords on your desk. These are graduation cords, and the silver and the blue are representative of the Nevada Youth Legislature. And so our graduating seniors will be able to wear this regalia at their graduation ceremonies, but you all will all receive it from the senators whose districts you are representing in the Nevada Youth Legislature today. So I want to talk about the Youth Legislature, then we're going to go around and let each of the senators present their cords and introduce their Nevada Youth Legislator, and then, if you will, we can do anything else under Order of Business 16 that folks may have. So that's the plan. Yeah, bear with me. Okay, so since its creation in 2007, more than 230 high school students have been given an opportunity to serve as youth legislators. And the Nevada Youth Legislator Program has received more than 80 state, national, and international awards. This afternoon, youth legislators will attend the Senate Committee on Education and hear the Nevada Youth Legislature's bill for this legislative session. It is Senate Bill 254, which establishes policies for substance use interventions for students. So we're very excited to see that presentation and watch how they are able to handle their legislative duties in this building. At this time, as I mentioned, we have these silver and blue commencement cords that acknowledge the successful completion of the Nevada Youth Legislator terms. So senators, if you can with me, we are going to, I will introduce my youth legislator first. I'm going to have her stand. This is my Nevada Youth Legislator, Kathleen McCarthy, and she has just been a wonderful youth legislator. We're very, very proud of her. I'm thrilled to have her as my youth legislator this last session and interim. She's done a tremendous job. She is a high school junior at West Career and Technical Academy, and she is the original author and the primary sponsor of this year's Nevada Youth Legislator bill. So we are very impressed to have to see that kind of come through the process and be an actual piece of legislation that we're going to discuss today. She is passionate about community service, education, and of course, highlighting the youth voice. She says that she has learned so much from the Nevada Youth Legislature program, created important connections, and is excited to see the program continue to grow and impact the community in the future. And I'm just so thrilled to have her with me today. And so, Kathleen, we have for you this commencement cord. And let me untangle it here. And so I would love to be able to present to you with this commencement cord, if that's okay. Excellent. And so if you will all follow, I hope, my lead, and we're going to hear about all our different youth legislators today and be able to present them with their graduation cords. And then I have some summary remarks, and then we can get on with the rest of our Order of Business 16, if that sounds like a plan. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Okay, so if you're a senator that wants to do what Senator Cannizzaro just did, go ahead and I forgot exactly what it's called, but if you want to do that, go ahead and press your call button, and we'll go through that first, and then once we're done with that, we will go back to any other remarks that you want to go through. So looks like I have Senator Flores.
Sorry, Mr. President. I didn't realize my button was pressed there. Please skip me.
Yeah, so turn your call button off if you're not going to go through this procedure, because I'm going to call on you. Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. President. So the person I have sitting with me today, his name is, well, I should just read what I'm supposed to write. Zon Okuda Lim. He is an alumni of the Youth Legislature. He was born and raised in Nevada, a proud graduate of Valley High School in Las Vegas. He served as a youth legislator from 2009 to 2011 and as NYL chair during the 2010-2011 term. He remains actively involved as a mentor and a member of the NYL Board of Directors. After earning his bachelor's degree in public affairs from Princeton University and his master's degree in education policy and public administration from Harvard University and the University of Pennsylvania, Zahn returned home to serve as Director of Public Policy and Government Relations at the Clark County Public Education Foundation. He currently serves as the Assistant Policy Researcher at the RAND Corporation and as a Visiting Policy Fellow with the Leadership Institute of Nevada, and is a PhD candidate in Public Policy Analysis at the Pardee Rand Graduate School. Please make him feel welcome.
Senator Dondero Loop.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and I did have my button pushed, so thank you. I would like to very much introduce Sophie Kane. I am very proud of Sophie. She is a Faith Lutheran High School sophomore in Las Vegas, Nevada, and she is my youth senator from Senate District 8. She serves as the youth president of Project DOT, where she has raised more than $32,000 and led the distribution of 10,000 hygiene kits to support those in need. As a national delegate for the Girl Scouts conventions, go Girl Scouts, in 2023 and 24, she helped shape policy decisions that impact Scouts nationwide. Besides her leadership roles, she serves on the Youth Advisory Board for Hope Means Nevada and contributes to mythology crafts by writing educational blog articles. She also runs, which I would ever aspire to do, the 100 and 200 meter races on the Faith Lutheran track and field team. Whether advocating for youth or leading service projects, Sophie is committed to making a meaningful impact in her community and has been a wonderful youth legislator. I am so proud of her, and with that, Sophie, I would love to present this cord to you. Thank you very much, and thank you for serving.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have, as my youth legislator for Senate District 14, I have Owen Chang. For those of you who've heard of Mensa, we also have Davidson Academy in Reno. And I don't know, it may be a rumor, but you have to have an IQ of 150 or greater. That may be a rumor. But anyway, Owen is a high school junior who attends Davidson Academy. He participates in speech and debate and DECA. He is currently taking electrical engineering courses at UNR and enjoys playing Civilization VI. So he is an exceptionally intelligent individual who's going to be an electrical engineer. Consider when I was a junior, I think I was taking geometry or something. This guy's taking electrical engineering courses at college levels. Very impressive, Owen. And so I, too, will give you your graduation cord. Well, please give Owen a big hand from the Nevada State Senate.
Senator Wynn.
I think this might be my favorite day of session. And I just, point of privilege, this program, when I think of some of the things that we've created legislatively, and I know it's at the direction of Senator Wiener, who's also here, and a former senator for my district in Senate District 3, I think of this program. The impact that these kids have and what they are able to bring forward is just incredible. And with me today, I have my youth legislator, Jolie Wynn, no relation. I wish she was like she has become one of my children. And her family has really become a part of the Senate District 3 family. And I love that for our state, and I love that for my district. She currently serves as the vice chair of the Nevada Youth Legislature last session and continues to advocate for policies that support students and families. She's worked with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Office of Community Engagement. And in fact, I think she is at every single event they've ever had, including some of their redevelopment and public safety initiatives that they've taken place on Spring Mountain, which is just outside of Senate District 3. But really engaging the students that go to Clark, that spend a lot of time in that Spring Mountain area, making sure that those businesses and the students are safe in those areas. In addition to that, You would think you were reading a resume of a 50-year-old, but we are talking about a high school junior. But her efforts in the community began in the 6th grade, and she's always been involved in outreach efforts, including organizing dental clinics alongside her father, as well as creating her own food distribution programs. She's dedicated to passing universal free school meal legislation for all Nevada students, and she's passionate about addressing policy changes that impact youth and expanding resources for underserved communities. She is a junior at Clark High School, and she excels in AP coursework and actively engages in civic discussions. And in fact, I know that she is here today, but she is planning on taking the SAT on Saturday, so as well as probably a lot of other individuals in this room. I am just so excited to be a part of any development that she has in her leadership skills. She is a natural leader, and I know this will not be her last time here. In fact, she's helping me present a bill next Monday. I would ask you to congratulate her, and at this time, I would like to present her with these graduation cords for next year.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I'm introducing my youth legislator from Senate District 1. This is Mackenzie Coughlin. We got to spend all morning together, and I was just as eager to learn about her as she was to learn about the legislative process. She's a junior in the engineering program at West Career and Technical Academy and hopes to have a future career in chemical engineering. And the 3 schools she told me about were pretty impressive, so I'm excited to support her in that journey. She was born and raised in the district that I represent, and she is a lifelong Nevadan. She's passionate about giving back to the community, and she's had the opportunity to serve others during her term here at NYL. She has served her church group and her position as a candidate for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Student Visionaries of the Year program. In her spare time, I don't know how she has spare time, she enjoys reading, exercising, and spending time with friends and family. As an educator, I am so happy to be able to support her through this process, and special recognition for you to have this cord next year during your graduation. Congratulations, Mackenzie.
Senator Buck.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to introduce you to Senate District 5, a youth legislator, Torin Wolf. Torin is a sophomore at Southeast Career and Technical Academy. He has a strong interest in the legislative process and is involved in several clubs and organizations to enhance his leadership skills, as well as serve the community. He is excited to engage with the representatives here and share ideas and learn from this experience. And so with that, I want to present him with his commencement cord in a few years, but you can wear that. But anyway, thank you so much for all you do, and make him feel warm and welcome.
Senator Daley.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I'd like to introduce the youth legislator for Senate District 13, Jordan Chong. So Jordan is a Davidson Academy student, has represented the 13th district in the Nevada Youth Legislature since 2003. In the youth legislature, he has honed his leadership and communication skills through meetings and activities. He has taken the responsibility of hosting international visitors and writing a bill draft request that represents youth issues of the state. In addition to the youth legislature, Jordan is interested in journalism and environmental science. So let me present you with your graduation cord. Thank you. Please make him feel welcome. Thank you.
Senator Rogich.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is my pleasure to introduce Matthew Chen, the Nevada Youth Legislator for Senate District 11. Matthew is not just a senior at Sierra Vista High School. He's a trailblazer, ranking in the top 0.01% of his class and excelling in multiple leadership roles. Talk about setting the bar high. But wait, there's more. Matthew was a visionary with big dreams in marketing and public relations. He's determined to build a career that reflects his core values: empathy, radical inclusivity, and uplifting marginalized communities. These aren't words just for Matthew. They're the driving force behind everything he does. His lived experiences have fueled his passion for creating meaningful change, and he's on a mission to make every place that he enters better, brighter, and more welcoming. As a youth legislator, Matthew is the voice of his generation, a champion for his peers and a beacon of hope for the future. His energy, passion, and commitment to build a more equitable society are nothing short of extraordinary. So let's give a huge applause for Matthew Chen.
Senator Scheibel.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I am very pleased to introduce my youth legislator, Ethan Cohen. He represents Senate District 9 in the youth legislature, and he is the founder and president of the Jewish Student Union at his school. He's vice president of the business club and an active member of the debate team and DECA, where he won first place in Nevada for the Virtual Business Challenge. He participates in the Clark County Law Foundation's Youth Restorative Program, the Nevada Volunteers Youth Council Board, and supports organizations dedicated to improving the lives of Jewish people and Israelis. Ethan testified just earlier this week on the importance of fighting anti-Semitism and recommended Holocaust education in public schools here at the Nevada Legislature. He also founded a project bringing in-person Holocaust education to schools and leads a youth-driven genocide education organization. For his work, he has not once, but twice received the Las Vegas Review-Journal's Academic Excellence Award. He is an invaluable part of the youth legislature. I am so excited to have him here with me today and so grateful for your service, Ethan. I hope you all will join me in congratulating him as I present these cords, which you can wear in 2 years, and if you manage not to lose them, then you're ahead of a lot of high schoolers I know.
Senator Orenshaw.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, I am very lucky to have with me today my youth legislator for Senate District 21, Eric Conyers. Eric, it has been a lifelong dream for Eric to work with the legislature and work on legislation, and that has been his main focus in the youth legislature. He has been very active on education and mental health issues. Today, he feels that dream has never been closer. He feels honored to be here among so many amazing people who work to progress Nevada along with the youth who reside here. Eric is a sophomore at Canyon Springs, and I learned today, talking to Senator Wiener, that our youth legislature program is probably the only program in the country and the world where the kids actually get to work on a real bill. And today, Eric's told me that he's been walking the halls, talking to legislators on the youth legislature bill, and really trying to shore up support for the idea that the young men and women have come up with. So I'm very honored to present Eric with the graduation cord that will be about a couple of years from now. And I'm really impressed by his work, and I'd ask the body to make him feel welcome.
Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President and colleagues. I'm very proud to introduce Daniel Obstgarden, who is my youth legislator from Nevada Senate District 20. He's captain of his high school quiz bowl team that qualified for the national championship. He's also vice president of the speech and debate team at Coral Academy of Science. Daniel has a passion for improving public education throughout Nevada and ultimately throughout the country. He believes phonics instruction is key to this end and is hoping to see this implemented on a wider scale than it currently is. He's planning on going to college to major in political science and ultimately go on to law school. So please help me welcome Daniel as I present him with his graduation cord. Congratulations.
Senator Taylor.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It is with a great honor that I stand to introduce to you the youth legislator from Senate District 15. This is Satara Raganti. She is a senior at Sage Ridge School, which is one of the most high-achieving high schools, not just in Northern Nevada, but also in our state. And I've had the pleasure of knowing her for the past few years. She told me she made her parents vote for me, so I really appreciate that. She has been our representative from Senate District 15 since the year 2003, and she has a deep passion for causes like juvenile justice, and she is dedicated to advocating for Nevada's youth. She is a senior, and so next year she plans to go to Washington, D.C. and get them straight. No, she plans to go to Washington, D.C. and study international relations. She's eager to contribute actively to the legislative process. She will be there this afternoon when they present their bill, and she is working toward meaningful change for the young people of our state. So please help me congratulate her as I present her with this cord. This is, I'm sure, the first of many, and let's make sure she feels welcome.
All right, that looks like the end of our youth legislator presentations. Congratulations to all of you. Let's give a nice round of applause to our future leaders in Nevada. Senator Cannizzaro.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I appreciate everyone allowing us the time. I think it's so important for us to acknowledge our youth legislators who are doing a sort of mock legislative session and bringing their bill draft request ideas to each other and having mock committee hearings and being able to take votes on that and ultimately end up with a piece of legislation that we get to hear right here in this building. And so I think it's very important for all of us to take a moment to acknowledge all of their hard work that they have been doing over this biennium and coming into this legislative session. Needless to say, I think after hearing all of those biographies, I certainly will be retiring from this building because I think they all might be more qualified than us to be serving as true representatives. They've done such an amazing job. Thank you for allowing us the time to honor all of these amazing youth legislators who are able to be here with us today. But I also wanted to just take one moment to also acknowledge that this program is put together and sustained and supported by so many people on the Nevada Youth Legislator Board who are here with us. The senator from Senate District 9 is part of that group. We heard about Zahn, who is also here from the board, Senator Joyce Woodhouse, a retired senator who is part of that board as well. And then, of course, one of my favorite people ever, Senator Valerie Weiner, who who is the right person to sort of lead this charge. She is truly committed to these students and committed to the cause and has always been someone who has been willing to reach out to the youth and let them know about the important work we do here and to help with that civics education. And so we're very grateful for your service. And thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me the time to get to brag a little bit about the Nevada Youth Legislature program and allow us the time to acknowledge each one of these remarkable students.
Thank you. We will now continue with remarks from the floor. Senator Orenshaw.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I am very lucky to have with me today some representatives from the Nevada Association of School Boards, representing all 17 counties for their day here at the legislature. They are here demonstrating their commitment to education and the continued collaboration with us in supporting Nevada students and schools. Representing and supporting local school boards statewide, Nevada Association of School Boards provides leadership, training, and advocacy to strengthen public education. Sitting with me today here at my desk are the President Michael Walker and Executive Director Rick Harris. Please stand. Additionally, I'd like to also recognize that we have almost 60 trustees and school board members here on the floor and up in the gallery, and I'd ask everyone to please stand. Today, they will be representing school boards across our state and advocating for public education. So I'd ask everyone to please make them feel welcome.
Senator Krasner.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today we have Special Olympics Nevada joining us at the Nevada Legislature. Anybody from Special Olympics Nevada, please stand, whether you're on the floor or up in the gallery, please. Thank you. Special Olympics Nevada is dedicated to enriching the lives of children and adults with intellectual disabilities through sports, education, leadership, and health. The organization provides free year-round training and competition programs for more than 2,800 athletes in 7 sports. Special Olympics Nevada operates in 12 counties and partners with 75 schools to support student athletes. The organization also enhances the overall health of individuals with intellectual disabilities through free screenings and wellness services. Special Olympics Nevada is congratulated for providing opportunities for athletes to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and share their talents with their families, fellow athletes, and the community. The guests today are Kenley Castleman, Jenny Castleman, Kaylee Campbell, William Stewart, Jack Stewart, Reagan Liederman, Bella Galuska, Jennifer Galuska, Phil Brown, my guest, Ramona Allen, Alyssa Marquez, Ellen Marquez, Catherine Nielsen, Brian McClure, Robert McClure, Sherry McClure, Devin Arns, Jonah Bjorkman, Brianna Durfee, and Terrence Thornton. Please join me in welcoming them. Thank you.
Senator Cruz Crawford.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a very, very special guest with me. She was supposed to come with me on opening day, but she got snowed in. I would like my special guest, the president of the Nevada Association of Latino Administrators and Superintendents, to please stand. Today, I rise to recognize the incredible impact of CCSD School Board Trustee Ramona Esparza-Straffigan, who has not only been a mentor to me, but a guiding force for so many in our state. I think I can count on one hand how many Latina principals are in CCSD. In Nevada, where Latina principals have been few and far between, she has stood as a trailblazer, paving the way for others to follow. As I've worked to grow the Nevada Association of Latino Administrators and Superintendents to strengthen our pipeline from students to paraprofessionals to then teachers to now administrators. She has been a steadfast supporter as the president, helping to ensure that the Latinos in education are not walking this path alone. In the moments when this work felt very isolating, she has been my encouragement, and in moments of success, she has been there to remind me of the greater purpose that we serve. For her leadership, her mentorship, her unwavering belief in the next generation of Latino educators, I express my deepest gratitude. Thank you, Ramona, for being my shield, my guiding light, and creating presence. Without Ramona, I would not be on the Senate floor today.
Senator Pizzina.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is a very special day today between all of the phenomenal youth legislators, the Special Olympics, the school board members, and I also have a special guest I'd like to recognize today, Addison Clark, a senior at Sage Ridge High School in Reno. She's been involved as the chairwoman of the Teen Mental Health Leadership Committee, a program at the Children's Cabinet that's comprised of 20 teens from all over northern Nevada that work with leaders in the community to educate them about teen mental health and advocacy. She's here today, in fact, supporting her very best friend, Sitara Raganti, in her role as youth legislator. Please give her a warm welcome. Thank you.
Senator Taylor.
Okay, oh, I got it. Thank you very much, Mr. President. It is an honor for me to stand here today with two very special guests. With me today is Ela Friedenthal. She is the president and CEO of the Nevada Women's Fund, and she's also the commissioner for the Nevada Commission on Women, along with the chair of the board for the Nevada Women's Fund. This is Candy Barelo, and she is the board for this year. And there are other board members, I understand, that are in the gallery, so if that's you, please go ahead and stand. We want to recognize you. Well, there you are, right? Oh, right above us. All right. That really in the gallery, right here. But for over 4 decades, the Nevada Women's Fund has invested over $10 million into the education and career advancement for women. This organization believes that when you educate a woman, the entire family is lifted up. And when the entire family is lifted up, the entire community is lifted up. The Nevada Women's Fund is committed to building a stronger Nevada where women face no barriers to achievement. And personally, when I went to grad school, I received a scholarship from the Nevada Women's Fund. And the cool thing is 15 years later, when my mom went back to finish her bachelor's degree, guess what? She got a scholarship from the Nevada Women's Fund. This is the impact that they have on people in our community. Now, March is Women's History Month, as we all know, and this Saturday, March 8th, we will celebrate International Women's Day, a global celebration of the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The Nevada Women's Fund is dedicated to honoring the achievements of women in our community while addressing the challenges they face. So please join me in making them feel welcome and thank them for the tremendous work they've done for over 40 years.
Senator Buck.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I was so excited to have David Bowman here on the floor with me today. His wife, Gail, and him are dear friends of mine. They live near me in Henderson. He retired after 36 years of service in aerospace industry with Boeing and relocated to Henderson. And he actually serves as a volunteer at my church, and he does this. He's a security team, part of the security team, and leads that, serves the community through that aspect. And so thank you so much. Give him a warm welcome to the Nevada State Legislature.
Any further remarks? Senator Cannizzaro.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate everyone who is joining us here today. I would like to request, I think, so that we can send something along to our Nevada youth legislators at some point to have the comments recorded for all of them and their acknowledgments recorded in our journal for today, so that we have that. And with that, Mr. President, I move that the Senate stand in adjournment until the hour of 11 a.m. on Thursday, March 6th, 2025.
Thank you. You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.